I've started recording.
Okay.
So it's showing the whole screen. Okay, cool. Take it away.
So to find these workbooks, go to Master Forms and Process Documents, Touchplan, Excel Macro Workbooks. We're going to start with the generic. Open up. And then you're going to want to enable content. Another item might pop up saying, hey, do you want to enable macros? Yes, you want to enable macros. So enable content. It's pretty straightforward. Oh, see, here's the other pop-up. Yes, we want to enable. So this is going to be the main sheet that we kind of are going to be working out of. And then this is drop-down list. For the most part, the location, the roles, and the emails are dynamic. So you can keep adding to the very end of them. And it can just go on forever and ever. So the first thing we need to do is set the role that the ticket's going to be. Let's just pretend these are all going to be for branch. And then just click on sheet setup. And this is going to prepare everything for up to 1,000 tickets. And then the main things that need to be filled out is column A, B, C, and D. And I already had some pre-populated. I'm going to copy and paste those over. And then if you see the hashtags or the pound sign, just double click on C and it'll move it over. And this is the formatting that Touchplan requires. So now that we have all these set up, the next thing we have to set up is the ticket types, the task, the milestone, constraint. Quickly. Okay, so now that we have all of those filled out, you're going to go back to your control panel. And now you're going to click on Show Required Fields for Tickets. Everything in green, you have to have something in there. Everything in yellow, it's recommended you put something in there, but you don't have to. Let's say, select some of these randomly. So let's say you're going to do like what I'm doing, like this. See how this one shifted over from a 1 to a 2. This won't exist. So you try to import it, so make sure that it matches up. The ticket position is either to the left of the activity line or it's to the right. So if you want it to the left, make sure it's active. And if you want it to the right, set it to pull. Set those real quick. Okay, duration. How many days is this going to take? Let's do, let's say 5 days for that, 1 day for that, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And right now, I don't know the crew sizes, so I'm just going to put 0. That's an acceptable entry. So for the constraints, you need to have an email as to who requested the string and then who you're assigning it to. I just started typing in Kyle's email and it just came right up. So you're going to need a need by date. Let's say we need this by the 15th. And let's say we're going to finish it by the 14th. Right. So let's say this one, we need it by, oh, I don't know, let's say the 23rd, 23, and this one is 8. So we have all our data filled out, which is good. But I'm going to show you something. Let's say I'm cruising along and I miss one. That's okay. So if you go to Export Ticket Workbook, you don't have everything filled out. It's going to say, hey, please fill out the required information. And it's going to automatically take you to that cell, which is pretty handy. And now we can export the ticket workbook. Everything should go just fine. Right now it wants to know where are we going to save this. I'm going to save this to my desktop. It's going to automatically pull, call it Touchplan tickets, and then whatever today's date is. Save that. And this is what it's going to look like when you put it into Touchplan. Please don't change any of the values. It might not work. So we're just going to close that. So now to import these tickets, we're going to open up Chrome. We're going to go to Touchplan. And this is going to be at the Arizona project. And what we're going to do is click on this 3 little dots right here. We're going to import tickets. Then we click on this. This might change later because Touchplan's still updating. I just found that I just click there. It'll say, hey, show me the Excel sheet. Here it is in desktop. Click open, and it's going to think about it for a little bit. Sometimes this takes a while, and sometimes it's quite instant. Might just have to do with how much data we've inputted and how much, or how their servers are running at the moment. If it's imported successfully, which is great. If it says tickets imported failed or error, it will prompt you that you can save a error log, and you can open that, and then in the A column they'll tell you where the issue was. So here we have the imported tickets. This is the one that we just did. Everything's in Eastern time. And then here is all of our tickets, and the ones that were in the that we put as poll, they're over here. And then everything else is here. And then we have, you can put the form in in there for searching later. And that's pretty much how this works. So if you have any questions, just come talk to Ben and Kyle, and we'll help point you in the right direction.
So Ben, if we don't have an activity ID, how will it show up?
That's a good question. Why don't we real quickly just do that? Get rid of all of these, and then we'll just see what happens. Just want to make sure that I don't have it open or it's going to throw an error. Save over it. So the activity ID is just blank.
Okay, perfect.
So
We can always add that later if we do come in, if depending on the kind of schedule that we're working with.
Yep, exactly. So that's
Okay.
pretty much the thing in a nutshell.
Perfect. Thanks, Ben.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you just want me to keep going with the P6 version?